There you go.
I'm good.
Hey,
I am
Jamie, how are you
resting.
today?
I'm trying to, just pushing through, pushing through the grind.
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah,
mean. I know what you
exactly.
mean. It's Monday, right?
Sorry, she's in the comments.
Yeah. So welcome back to the show. It is so cool and awesome to have you here. I think it's a perfect way to start an epic week with an epic guest, such as you. So before we start,
I'm ready.
you know the drill. I have to give you an epic welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I needed that today. Thank you. What affirmation.
Yeah. It is by far my favorite part. You know, I love doing this though. But anyway, so tell me what's new in your last interview.
Okay, so I finally have scheduled a release date for my next single. It's actually coming out this Thursday. It's going on December 11th. It's called Light It Up. So it's very exciting because I've been I've been working on it for, it's taken so long to get it out and get everything together. So that's been really exciting. And then I kind of last minute decided to shoot a music video for that. So I actually just finished doing that yesterday. And I'm really excited about it. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay. That's so cool. So that one was with the stories with
I had a picture of
a mask.
that was I took a picture of myself wearing a gas mask. So that was for the music video.
Yeah, I guess.
So, yeah, instead of we shot it on film actually.
Cool.
So
that's
I
so
think
cool.
it's gonna be really sick. I don't know because you can't review film, but it felt like it was very cool while we were shooting it. So it'll be out in a couple weeks. Yeah,
absolutely. That is amazing, and I'm super sure that it's gonna look super badass. And just make sure that once it's good to go, send them over so I can also share it everywhere. Though sounds like a plan. So talking about Light It Up, tell me where
I wrote Light It Up
song came from
during summer of 2020, and it was when there were a lot of protests happening. And there's just a mass awakening on the impacts of capitalism and the Black Lives Matter movement, and just really got to witness in a very jarring way how I guess one of the big themes is how much police protect private property over actual human lives. And I was incensed. I was just very upset about it. I think a lot of people anybody who gave a shit cared about it, was upset. And so this song was something I wrote to just express those feelings, I guess. And I wanted to write something that I would speak to the movement, that add my voice in whatever way could contribute, in a way that I hope people use this song. It's very punk. It's really different from my first song, and I think that I want people to use it as in my mind the best way would be if they use it as a warm-up song to go to a protest or something like that. I wanted to get people fired up about fucking over capitalism.
Yeah. I like that. But it's so interesting that when you get a second to kind of think what we've been through this past 3 years. We've been through a lot this past 3 years, the pandemic, the whole police brutality, the environment. There's been a lot of things going on here. Also the work injustice in offices or in these huge companies in which they treat shit their employees. All of this. It's so interesting that all of that just came this past.
It's always been there. It's been there forever, but we really had to confront it in a way that was unavoidable, I think, in the last couple of years at least. And I think there are more movements happening now that are making it seem like we don't have to exist in this capitalist dystopia forever. I think seeing a lot of grassroots movements happening in the New York and LA areas, within local politics has been really cool, and maybe I think that's inspired some more strikes. With the IATSB, the film workers striking, Amazon employees striking. I just think we're all realized this ain't it. We don't have to live like this. I just firmly believe we weren't put on this earth to work until we die. So yeah, I think hopefully a lot of people start realizing that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I do think that, and yeah, like people needs to wake up, basically, because I mean, one of the things that I discovered, as I mean, personal experience, is that you can be working in this place and be like the best. They will be giving you trophies and recognition and shout outs, and you will feel like you're in the clouds, right? But then somehow they just take you out of it, and then you're gone. You know, they will put you on the street, they will leave you behind, they will put somebody else in your place, and then that person is going to cover what you did, and then in that place you're forgotten.
Yeah.
And then what happens next? You know, I mean, those years that you spent working in the place, they're never gonna recover. That time you spend there, it's never going back. And it's one of the things that I discovered, that why not, and I've said it before also, that why not focusing or doing the things that you want to do. You know, it doesn't matter if you want to be a doctor, or if you want to be a veterinarian or a musician, actor, I don't care. But I mean, as long as it is what you do, what makes you happy, I think that's how everybody should follow that path. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean?
You should love what you do, because companies expect you to be loyal to them, but they are not loyal to you. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely on that. Yeah. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy how they treat employees, and I laugh so much whenever they will release like a statement in public and try to be all like, no, we do care about social justice here. We are treating everybody equal and blah blah blah. But you know, from the inside, that's not happening. You're like, come on, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's really crazy, and it's good that actually people starting to kind of raising the hand and to actually be like, you know what, screw with this. I'm just like, no more injustice, no more of that, because at the end of the day, we're all humans, and it's not fair that somebody that like companies like that will exploit someone, and then those ones are the ones who deserve who gets the reward, but you don't deserve anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. But anyway. And like, tell me, where can we check?
Yeah, Light It Up will be streaming like anywhere that you stream music. I think the big places would obviously be like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. I think it'll be on YouTube Music. Those are, I feel like, the big four. But if I have any friends watching this that are using a different service, please tell me so I can like send you links or something. Yeah.
That's so cool. And like, what music genre would you say describe your music?
The songs are really all over the place. This song in particular is punk, like maybe pop punk, rock. Definitely a lot harder, edgier than my last song. So yeah, and I think my next two releases are going to be a little more on like the punk side. But it's it'll be fun. It's like fun. I'm excited. I can't wait to play live. I don't have anything lined up right now yet, but soon. I think the song will be really fun live. So if you like it on streaming, come see me. Yeah. Yeah,
that's so cool. Yeah, that's so cool. And like, what are some of the things that you like the most about creating?
I think, I mean, for me, like, it's such a to create a song. All of them come so much out of just how I'm feeling. So it's like such a release of those feelings in some ways, to like get them out. And like, I think sometimes it also, I just love that I can like look back on a moment through music, because sometimes I think I like, after you get out of being very caught up in a feeling like anger or sadness or something, sometimes I at least experience like, dang, was I really like that upset, or like maybe I was overreacting or something. But then listening to like what I like wrote and how I felt, like helps me kind of tap back in and be like, validate my own feelings, I guess, and be like, yeah, no, that really was like difficult. So it makes me feel less crazy. But other than that, I think music is something, it's like a universal thing that people love, and so it's very cool to me just that I'm still like amazed every time I put together a whole song. Honestly, it's just like cool. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that happened. So it's very, yeah.
That's so cool. And like, what motivates you or what drives you every day to continue pursuing your music career? Because I mean, it happens to all of us, right? That whenever you are following your passion or your dream, sometimes you will have those days in which you feel horrible, in which you are constantly asking yourself, should I continue doing this or I should move to something else? Then you start to compare what you do with others, and then you see the others, their stuff is getting bigger, but yours is kind of slow. So like, how you manage to be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna continue with my own thing.
It's like, it's been in my head for the last 2 weeks. It's honestly, it's hard, and I ask myself the question, like, how am I gonna keep pursuing this often? Because it's like, it is such a slog. It takes so much creative energy to like get it together and get it out, especially if you don't have the funding. Like, it costs money to make things, and it's just like, I don't have a lot of expendable income, so it's extremely difficult. I think that what I've been finding recently, while getting started, I'm like a solo artist, and I needed some of that initial like independent control to like make my music. Now I'm finding that like to get it done, I really need help from like other people. I need to like surround myself with people who push things forward. I will often be like really bogged down in anxiety or feeling like lately I've just been like, I'm a fraud. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? But then I guess the other big thing is that I'm like, well, what else do I want to be doing? Like, this is it. So it's gonna be hard, and I would rather be putting like all of this energy into this than something I don't care about. So I think that's huge, but really like having a support system is like the most important thing. Like with this music video, like I think I have to like act on things before I overthink them. So I was like, I think I should do a music video. And like before I could even like think about it too hard, I like texted my friend who is like a videographer, and I was like, Nick, can we, his name's Perry, he's great. And I was like, can you help me shoot a video? And he was like, yeah. And so I was like, okay, cool, we're doing that now. And then even as we were getting ready for it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. This is like a lot of work. I'm very tired this week. I've been working a lot. And then he's like, no, I'm coming over. I was like, let's go. Okay. And then as soon as we're done, I'm so happy I did it. So I think having people like that will just like keep pushing you forward, even when you feel like you want to like crawl in a hole. They're very important.
Yeah, I do agree on that. Yeah, it is horrible whenever you're in that.
Yeah, sounds like you know what I'm talking about. I think anyone who's like trying to do something they love, or otherwise, honestly, lifing is very hard. It's hard to exist sometimes, but yeah, community is key.
Yeah. I think this kind of feeling happened like whenever you are either, I don't know, like putting like your own business, or like when you're doing like your own thing, you know what I mean? Because for example, when I had like an office job, I never thought about this too much. I mean, I was just like feeling like, now that I remember, I don't know how I felt. I was just like all like robot, you know what I mean? Like you go to work like 8 to 5, and then you got paid every Friday, and then you got weekends to rest, and then you go back on Monday, and then you never got like the time to kind of, it was horrible. But now like I mean, I see that with friends of mine also who have like their own businesses, that they struggle every single time, you know, even that they're like constantly struggling and be like, no, I don't want to continue doing this is too much, but then they will repeat themselves like, well, I have already invested too much time on it, so I think it wouldn't be like proper.
It's hard. That's like the constant assessment, is like how much have I put into it? Is it worth like continuing? Should I cut my losses? It's a constant like you have to just constantly assess it, basically.
Totally. And what can we expect from gaming?
Well, if I keep surrounding myself with those good people who push me forward, hopefully more music. I have like a lot of songs that are written and just need to finish producing, so I'm looking to hopefully find a producer in LA to work with to help me finish some stuff. Like, I generally have them pretty fleshed out, but I like would really like to like take my stuff to like the next level. So That's the goal. If any producers hear this and they're like, hey, let's work together. But yeah, so definitely more music. So I have this song coming out on Thursday, and then I'll have another one coming out in December. So like a much quicker turnaround this time between my last one. Yeah, and then in 2022, cannot believe that is the year we are going to enter next. I'm going to be doing some live stuff, so live shows, and then you'll get to hear a handful of stuff. So if we make it out to one of those, so yeah, I think it'll be
there you go.
Exciting stuff that I want to play live. I mean, that's really why I do that.
That is so amazing.
Like I want to perform. So yeah.
There you go. That's so amazing. Also, don't forget to put posts of your awesome
great,
dog.
And one of my dogs is sick, but now he's better, and that's been incredible also. So grateful for a lot of things.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And my last question here: any song or artist that you could recommend?
I thought about this, and it's not someone new necessarily, but I just think people should hear this album. It's from 2009. It's by Fred Fisher. The album is African Carnival. It's like his music, it's just really upbeat. Or like chill and like pleasant. When I'm sad, I like put this album on, and it's just like kind of, you can't help but be like happy listening to it, I think. So I would recommend that if you look it up and maybe something a little different. Yeah.
There you go. That is awesome, Jim. I mean, at the end of the day, as I said on our first interview, I'm super sure that eventually we're gonna see you on the lineup in Coachella or like this huge festival. I'm super sure about it. I'm super sure. I mean, and when that happens, I would say, I told you. I know that was gonna happen because you are super talented, but also you were honest. You're honest with your music. You express what you feel, and that is something that I do. That I do appreciate. But also I think that millions of people would appreciate too, because I think sometimes, I mean, we are having like this kind of generic stuff here and there, that everybody wants to be somebody else and not themselves. But the fact that you are doing what you are, and you're just being you, and you're putting like your sound to it, that takes like a lot of courage, but also that's super impressive. And I'm super sure that eventually we're gonna see you like in more concerts, lineups. I mean, basically everywhere. So keep doing what you do. You are a true rock star here. Remember that you and your dogs are our super rock stars here. And also I want to thank those for watching. If you're watching this later on YouTube or listening to this later on the podcast, make sure that you're following Jamie on all over social media. Normally, what I would say is for you to put pause, then leave a like and subscribe super quick, and then hydrate. Then go follow Jamie. Leave me the likes. Spread the word, share content. I mean, let the world know that we have this talented rock star here, and then come back.
Thank you.
And again, Jamie, thank you so much. And you know the drill. Before I send you off,
thank you.
Thank
you. It's good to be back. The pleasure is mine.
There you go.
Thank you. You're on my VIP list whenever I get into Coachella.
All right.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a plan.
Thank you too.
All right. Bye. Have a good one, okay? Bye.